Yeah, it's
10.5 APM, 33k DPS, and no 5th utility skill. Right, look at that, like a 10,000 barrier, like fully capping barrier on everyone after that. That is some good content. And yeah, this build actually clocks in at around, this build, 9 actions per minute. We have Eye of Zaitan, level 79 champion solo. And holy shit, it's getting deleted, actually. It's actually getting annihilated. Look at that damage output. I believe there is a non-firebrand for the most creative build, if I'm not mistaken, Brazil. I think we're about to see a Dragon Hunter is coming in here. This is a power build, Dragon Hunter, and look at that utility. Sanctuary and Bane Signet baked in. Oh, that is what we like to see. That is what we like. That is huge. And of course, all of the regular Dragon Hunter utility baked into this. And all of this is being done on just one weapon set. Camera shake is on, Brazil. That is what I want to see. Okay, right. It is enabled, and we are just blasting out some massive damage using a simple combination of our F1, our spinny trap, symbols, and of course, making sure we're finishing these auto attack chains on our Dragon Hunter. And this is delivering a lot of damage, actually. Obviously, not quite as much as the Firebrand. And I'm certainly expecting a lot of condition builds to actually dominate in terms of how much damage they are. Like the top DPS builds are very likely to be Condi, I think. Maybe there'll be a few exceptions with Virtuoso and Mech, perhaps. But yeah, this is still a very good option, particularly seeing as it actually bursts quite hard. But yeah, this is certainly like a very interesting rotation that's been created with some very solid options here as well. Also the Elite Trap kicking in there. So a lot of CC on this build. And of course, the Dragon Hunter utility skills with the Leap, Wings of Resolve, some healing, and the Shield of Courage for the block coming in there with some really nice utility. And that's not all even. Of course, we have a potential other weapon set, and we also have the option to use our Greatsword 5 skill to pull in enemies if that's so required, as that's not in the rotation. And I think that's another thing that's really cool about builds like this, is that in a lot of like super try-hard rotations, you'll see a lot of CC and utility being baked into the damage rotation, but here we're not going to see that, right? Like, for example, the mobility on Greatsword 3, the pull on Greatsword 5. This is all free to use whenever you see fit, and that will certainly help, I think, with getting out of sticky situations where whereas a regular build that would use these abilities may actually have more problems doing that, right? Or you might have to be very, very adept at your cooldown management to make it work. But yeah, a very impressive builder, I think, making this Dragon Hunter build perform pretty darn well, to be honest, maintaining a very respectable approximately 27,000 DPS with using minimal abilities. Why? I should be excited about this next build, Brazil. Why? Why should I be excited about this?
Because it's Berserker with Eurobeat.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, yeah. And I actually see an intro here. We have a Hardstuck accessibility challenge. Really fun one. This is 20 APM on the dot right now. APM Drift Warrior. Variable APM Banner Warrior. The most creative build. Throttle bait. He's actually role-playing right now. Provides banners, various defensive options, work up towards full warrior if you feel like it. I like that. Really got the spirit. Oh, this is a montage, actually. This is a meme montage, I believe, happening right now. I'm actually going to turn on the music here, because I believe we have Eurobeat.
Yeah, it's big.
Full build guide. Holy shit. It's in time with the music here. I like that. I like that. There's the build. Pause the, you can't see that very quickly, but here we go. Ooh. That's your skill bar. Headbutt to engage. Condi cleanse on your heel. Generous block. On shield. What the fuck? Okay. This is a huge build.
This was for sure one of my favorites. This was really fun to see. And then I'll add even more to that. Most of the warriors we got were 5 Signet, Greatsword, or Axe auto attackers, and we're slogging through like 20 of those. And then we happened upon this one, and it just brightened everyone's day. It was so much fun to watch. It was honestly really cool.
Look at the editing on this. This is insane. We've got full editing. The numbers are flying all over the place, guys. 20 APM is free. It's fine. I like that. We're calm. Loads of options being given it. This is a great video, okay? Really entertaining to watch. All the little adjustments here. The text is so fast, I can't even read it at this point. But you see some big options here. I love where we're going with this. Fantastic creativity here as well. Big speed, big energy here. Spirit Dragon. And there it is. But yeah, and of course, it's very, and what I really like about this, I think this is really intelligent that we've seen in a lot of these builds so far, is that they're all designed to lead you to the next step, right? Like, it's okay, you're going to start with this build, then you can move on later. I love the addition of the shield here as well, so, you know, because I guess there's not enough actions per minute to use Axe 5. so you use the shield just as like a pure defensive reactive option. I think that's actually really cool. It's got some CC on it as well there with the shield bash. Plenty of options here as well that are actually gone over here in the video right here as well. And it tells you how to actually gradually kind of step through this, like adding the axe offhand, right? Adding a few more actions per minute there with the full rotation there as well, guys. That's absolutely huge. You love to see that. Massive gameplay. 24k DPS there. That will be sustained quite nicely. So you're not quite as good as the core warrior, right? So the theory craft for the core does win out here, of course. But this can also deliver banners while delivering excellent DPS while being a berserker. And with a great video. That is so cool. I love to see that. I give that a like. I'm subscribing. Done. I love the editing. Okay, Azura profile picture there as well. Big damage, big music, big tunes. I rate that very highly.
This one is similar to the other one, but it's in German, and also he plays with not Empower Allies. What's the Revenant version of that? Assassin's Presence. Yeah. Yeah, he takes that. He's got some really fun. He has some really fun explanations on his Twitch highlights that he linked.
Here he is.
And also he skill clicks too. He skill clicks as well, yep. So he's good.
I like that. Good. So yeah. So we actually have Twitch VODs this time around. I believe this actually I think this might be an explanation. Okay, now we're going into some gameplay here. So this is the most creative build. Why did this win most creative?
Assassin's Presence is a sleeper OP trait that people don't realize that they can have.
Mm-hmm.
It's good, and I mean everyone should play this build everywhere, but no one does. This is basically the build I've been trying to sell people on for the past 25 years, and no one's listened to me. So hopefully now they will.
Oh, you know what's fun about this? He's gone with the mace to blast might. You can see him putting down that fire field and then blasting it to get that really high might uptime on the group. Because Herald, it does actually deliver a good amount of might. It just takes a while to ramp up. But using this approach is actually going to deliver that might very, very effectively, actually. While also still having all of like the passive healing and some of the shield healing as well. This build will, of course, be a very handy tank as well if you wanted to run it like this. Because of that shield 5 being that stand-in-place block that's perfect for kind of absorbing these big hits from bosses at the same time. And again, you can see this boon uptime that's being created by the setup over here. Look, there's another look, there's someone else over there, guys. Look, who is it? It's the winner of the most creative thing there as well. Another slight variant here, but going with a more aggressive option with Assassin's Presence there as well to also buff allies while still delivering that boon support at the same time as everything else. And of course, you could also extend this to utilize some Alacrity uptime as well, thanks to Ventari there as well. Because of course, if you have the Salvation trait line, that massive heal in Ventari, as you can see here, is also going to be delivering that Alacrity uptime simultaneously as well. Maybe not perfect here, of course, but you know, in a large group scenario, you'll certainly be able to help out with that, and with a tight rotation and like good abilities, I think you can definitely deliver some very high alacrity uptime with that as well. Oh, hang on. Someone's back for more. We actually have a 2-time winner back for another victory with most creative. It's going to be Bovin on Thief.
Bovin is
He is a giga. He is a 5-head, right? Like, he is a big theory crafter, big Mystic Builds fan. Tell me about what he's made here. What is this build?
He's made an AFK Alacrity build.
Oh,
where you overcap on Alacrity and you just sit there.
No, it's healing actually. I see the Monk Rune, so it's another support variant.
It's Plague Doctor with Monk Runes, yeah.
Wait, Plague Doctor? For the high vitality, right? Yeah, so you get the mega heal when you drop out of Shroud, right? Yeah, I see it, yeah. Of course. Absolutely, of course. So it's not doing damage here, okay, as it is full Plague Doctor, so the power damage does not exist. But the key here is that it's got the sword for the teleportation, right? So you spam the heal on the second skill. You have all the wells that apply alacrity. And look at those heals when he drops out of Shroud. That is insane. The pulsing healing there is crazy. Look at all those green numbers. Every single port is going to be huge. This is a build running with Scepter as well, and then going into Shroud for a bit more damage using those key Shadow Shroud abilities. And of course, that Scepter third skill, very, very big damage there. That combo, Twilight combo meme as well. But here we go. Oh, actually, on CM, Brazil. Aetherblade CM. This build is putting in the work. Look at that. Yeah. Wow. More Shadow Force, more healing juice. Damn right. A bit of open world action here as well. But I think the real star of the show, look at that. Again, it's a little bit hard to say. I'm going to play that again. So let me explain it. There's a trait called, I think it's called like Consuming Shadows or something like that. Whenever you drop out of Shadow Shroud, it converts your Shroud into an AoE barrier and heal. It will heal everyone up and then overcap with whatever's left and turn that into barrier. Okay, that is absolutely insane, right? Look at that, like a 10,000 barrier, like fully capping barrier on everyone after that. That is some good content. And yeah, this build actually clocks in at around, this build, 9 actions per minute. That's how you can play it.
Depending on how try-hard you want to be, you can definitely push it more, but if you just want to like pump alacrity, and you're in no grave threat, then it's very little input.
Yeah.
There is not much input.
And then, of course, you have a little bit more room to move. You can use headshot, right? You can be using more teleports for more healing output, shadow skills for CC, right? All this kind of stuff, right? Shadow shroud skills for more CC, right? For some more damage. There's definitely a lot of flexibility here. And that certainly is a very creative option, that's for sure. Plague Doctor Spectre. Plague Doctor heal alacrity boon Spectre. And I think one thing that's really important to notice about any Spectre build that applies boons is actually the Well of Bounty ability. And I'll quickly explain what Well of Bounty is. It's kind of demoed here at the start. What you see about Well of Bounty, guys, is that what it will do is it will give you boons that you don't have. So you can see here, actually, that it's generating uptime of quickness, even. Alacrity uptime, a bit of quickness uptime to fill in if your group needs that. Protection, vigor, right? Fury, a few stacks of might here and there as well. So this build is actually surprisingly good at kind of filling in the gaps in group compositions really effectively, thanks to that one well. Very, very powerful ability, actually, on anything that's applying boons. But yeah, there you go.
This next one is a little interesting.
So
Zig's Iron Eye.
Yes, Zionon from CND here. Another top tier gamer. Okay, this video is created for the exception challenge. Support players with mental and or physical disabilities. Here we go. Let's leap into it. So, some CND, crits and dips, of course. What? Tell me about this. What's going on? We're seeing the skills being selected. Signets. What's going on here?
He has found an interaction between I guess the range skills on the mech and different weapon damage. So the mech uses a different weapon damage based on one of the trade interactions.
Okay.
And it basically just camps out at range.
Oh!
And it just
oh my god!
It's really...
Wait.
It's really
oh
cool.
my god! Wait, so the mech will now spam the rocket aim assist every like few attacks?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I didn't know what was happening at first. I was watching it with Bacon and Kamina, and we're both watching like, what is he trying to say? And then we saw the rockets flying out of the mech.
Oh, this is going to be funny.
The video's got roleplay.
And
there's
wait.
roleplay in it.
And it uses the 2.8k weapon strength of the mech?
Yeah.
So, well, he's actually role-playing as well. This guy's, by the way, this guy is very well known for hardcore roleplay, by the way, in all of his, like, videos from, like, records and stuff like that, and, like, the speedruns that they do. Very huge roleplay. They always lean into the RP here. Use F1, F2, F3, and Elite on cooldown, and you put the mech out so it's far enough away for the rocket to land. And look, okay, here we go. It's going to start mass spamming rockets, I presume, I guess. Yeah, the rockets will continue to come in. There's another one. And that's a massive critical strike there. Look at those rockets just blasting in with this mech. And look, here we go. This is a solo benchmark. This is actually benching 26k as well. And now Shift Signet is giving the boons to the mech there as well. So it goes even further than this. Okay, so now, when you get... oh, wait. What is this? The Chrono has been, like, enslaved to extend out the boons on the mech. And so now we've got buffs on. Let's see what the benchmark's going to turn out now. So we have even more damage output. And let's see what the number is going to be. And the APM on this one is insane, but this is 11 actions per minute. Okay? Oh my goodness. Okay, what's the number going to be? I'm actually hyped. 35.
Oh my god.
35k. By the way, do you guys know why they have... This is so tragic, by the way. So, basically, the mech, you can't buff it properly, which you saw in Mr. Mystic's video, right? So, this Chrono has been enslaved to constantly spam the cooldown reset and just extend the boons out on the mech so they don't go away. But the numbers on this are insane, actually. What is this? The benchmark is 33k. And it's like 11 APM.
Yeah,
10.5 APM, 33k DPS, and no 5th utility skill. And you actually have, yeah, you've got like 9 extra APM, and you can take more CC as well on that. You can take the banner. Oh, what a build, Brazil! Holy shit! What a build!
That's so good.
Oh, that is ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous. He's doing Elixir S to invuln the Sloth Shake. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I love CND. What is that? What a strat. He's carrying pugs with this. He's got Elixir U, some extra quickness. And I guess he's going to use it as a stun break as well, potentially as well. So the mech is an Overwatch meme activating here. Oh, he's going to clear the shards. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at those shards go down actually with just auto attacks. Hard carrying the Zera Pug group with the mech at ranged. That is absolutely, you love to see that. Yeah, he's increasing his uptime as well of quickness and stuff like that with Elixir U just for uptime purposes because he's in pugs, right? And well, sometimes that happens, right? Wait, the F1 procs on wait, what? Does it say it actually procs on multi-targets? Mech, auto attacks, and F1 pierce. Other skills have large AoEs. That is true actually, yeah. Look at the cleave on that. Top DPS on KC as well. That rat shot, my Trin, let's return the favor. Well, this guy's actually hardcore role-playing, dude. I love to see that. Pick whatever you need, yes. Take your wide range of utility skills. Wow. Special thanks to Aphrodite and Crone for helping with the Theorycraft. That is one of the most epic Theorycraft builds I've just flat out ever seen.
It was really good.
Yeah. That is actually that's just flat out impressive. That's some good shit. Okay. And now, most creative. Let's see what this is. It's another Condi Soul Beast, maxing out the APM to 20. And let's see what we've got here. Running only a single spirit this time, opting to have more personal DPS with the Sharpening Stone. And going with Sun Spirit as the utility, although it could be anything, of course. And that's the other thing about Ranger, right? Like, for example, you don't need a Frost Spirit, or you only need one. You could very easily take Dolyak Stance, right? That ability is so underrated, by the way, guys. If you're a Ranger main and you're on Soul Beast, make sure you know what Dolyak Stance does and when you can use it. Because that ability is so good. AoE stability and actually condition immunity, right? To immunity to chill and immobilize and cripple. Huge ability and unremovable damage reduction too. That ability is one of the most stacked abilities in the entire game. If you need stab or some kind of anti-pressure, Soul Beast with Stance Share, with Dolyak Stance, absolutely clutch. But anyway, we're just seeing like a slightly more aggressive variant that's just executing a bit more damage. A slightly modified rotation. To get a little bit more damage output here by the looks of this, using the Soul Beast abilities and some of those utility skills just to squeeze out additional damage, going up to 26k. It's Soul Beast, but not pressing the 2 key.
Yeah, I like it. I don't like pressing the 2 key. I just want to press the 1 key.
Yeah, I mean, that's that. Then, oh boy, have you got, I got the builds for you. It's actually ramping up. Can it go to 20? Will it go to 28k? Will it make 28k? It actually might. It's so close. It doesn't make 28k. It nearly makes 28k, though. And that is what counts, right? But there you go. We've blitzed through Ranger there, and then congratulations to Sarian there again. Okay. And now, ooh, we're going to have to summon CMC for this one, Brazil, because this is a Dagger Quickness Catalyst. Wait, no, it's Dagger Focus, actually. It says Dagger in the build video. Oh, wait, is it precasting? Now, this actually is pretty cool here, actually, because, you know, Elementalist is one of those builds that has quite a lot of buttons going on at the same time. And it's going to be a bit difficult to get, like, a really high DPS build that is also providing these boons. But as you can see here, we actually have a very, very juicy build here that's going to be delivering might uptime. We're going to have protection uptime a little bit on the earth there as well. Of course, quickness coming in too, I believe. Wait, what actually build is this, by the way? Is this the quickness build? Yeah, this is Dagger Focus Quickness Catalyst. This might be like full Diviner, I believe, or something like that. So you can see here, the damage is big. It will go up to around 20k at the end because of the execute, the bolt to the heart here as well. But yeah, very auto attack focused. The little golems putting in, the elementals putting in a lot of DPS work here as well. Just using that F5 while in air for that quickness uptime. Also draining all the energy out very, very quickly. They're getting all three of those fields down simultaneously. That's going to be might uptime. That's going to be protection uptime there as well. Not full uptime as you can see here with the prot, as the duration really isn't quite there for enough of that. But it's still a little bit of a help there as well. And, you know, a little bit of help can sometimes be really, really good in groups that are just slightly lacking some uptime. It's good to have that in a pinch too. Of course, plenty of utility left over as well in this build, right? You know, we've got loads of CC with Gale and the Swirling Winds for projectile destruction, Shocking Aura, right? Immobilize, right? Like loads of utilities left over, and even Invulnerability on Obsidian Flesh. So definitely a build that can actually deliver a little bit of value here, to be honest. Gets 20k DPS. 20k DPS. And gives quickness. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. Two-finger Harbinger. I like where this is going.
They have a whole submission. The Necromancer kids got crazy. And
yeah,
it's only going to get crazier when we get into the wild card. This person has an entire video where they're literally just playing with two fingers, and it's really...
Oh, we have finger cam as well. Wait, full Minionmaster.
Full Minionmaster finger cam.
Yeah. Full Minionmaster, two finger, 55 actions in 1 minute, mass minions. I mean, I don't know what to say. It is exactly what it is. We do not have any blood is power for some reason. Like this is also a putrid build.
No, it's good. The Necromancer players, you've seen nothing yet. I'll actually
Oh,
say that.
God.
You have literally seen nothing
The insanity is going to continue. But yeah, this full Minionmaster certainly does bring the creativity and the meme value to the table with the two-finger rotation of Harbinger. But there you go. It is going to be low intensity DPS Mirage. Now, this is definitely a build that I was expecting to rear its head, actually, because this build, to be honest, is a monstrosity, okay, of a build. It is massive, colossal damage output, both with the staff variant and the axe variant here as well. And you can actually see here on the meter that essentially with just using the ambush auto attack on staff and that crystal ability there as well, it is devastating the boss, ending up at 31k DPS on target, I believe, right now. Again, with a very low amount of actions being used here. So absolutely huge output. Of course, this is also coming into play there with the axe and the pistol, right? So there's a little bit more to this, right? You kind of dynamically swap when you need to when you're playing this one. We're kind of seeing the rotation here, actually. It's 23 APM right now, but I presume the average APM does kind of drop down a little bit there towards the end. And that's the self-report of breaking the rules. But anyway, as you can see here, this is a 35k DPS build, okay? Just with more or less auto-attacking with these axe clones. It's really bringing that torment to the table. Absolutely annihilating those. Going up to 36k DPS with just auto-attacking, using that crystal ability there in the utility skill, and a pistol 4 as well for a bit of good measure, a bit of extra condition damage there as well. Goodness gracious me. That is quite the DPS build, right? And the weird thing about this is you might go, oh, this is really unrealistic. Wrong, okay? This because of the way clones work, this will actually work really well. You've got to be a little careful not to interrupt your own clones, of course. But once you get the hang of that, this build is going to slap. And of course, plenty of flexibility. You've got the CC, the Signet Domination, Pistol 5 there. You can shatter your clones for invulnerability, for additional CC. You can take Moa for a massive burst of crowd control. And that is a 37k DPS meme. And this is going to be showing the staff variant, I believe, of this setup. Yeah, going with staff. And let's see what we're going to do here, actually. Oh, no, man. It's actually gone back to the axe pistol. Let's see if we see some staff usage here, for example, or what this demonstration is going to be of. Let's take a look at what's going on here. We're just seeing the clones be built up. And let's see what it's going to be. Yeah, maybe we set up the clones on axe, yeah, and then we go to staff, right? Yeah, okay, exactly right. And this is almost like a slightly, perhaps more refined version of the first build we saw. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I think we actually might see some staff camping here, just for the purposes of generating that alacrity uptime and might uptime, yeah. Because the axe, this is a really, really interesting thing. A really interesting build, actually, because the way Mirage works is that the clones you have actually don't change based off what weapon you have. They are set up permanently when you summon them, right? So because this player summoned axe clones, right? They stay as axe on staff. And this means that the player is then free to move over to the staff and continue to do boon uptime and damage from a high range, right? Like very easily with this very 1200 range staff, and also produce this boon uptime with alacrity and of course the might from the chaos vortex there as well. And you can see the damage output, even going for this alac setup, is vast, right? 32k DPS while also providing a very, very important boon. Okay, absolutely crazy stuff, guys. Massive damage, massive gameplay, huge content. Very cool stuff. And there was, this to me is like, this is the signature Mirage build for a low intensity variant. It's just so powerful, right? For the amount of actions that are required and the amount of unique buttons. Because the APM is a little deceptive because it's a lot of it is focused around dodging here and a lot of auto attacks and ambushing, right? So I think that even though this build is a little on the higher end of the actions per minute spectrum, the fact that it is so few buttons really makes up for it. And wow. Look at, I mean, the numbers, they really speak for themselves, right? Like, you know, once you have this setup with these clones figured out, so much utility as well, right? You can still do Chaos Storm on this particular setup, right? You can have Chaos Armor, you can teleport away. That will summon a staff clone, but you can still do it, right? You can CC, right? You can go crazy, right? So, you've been hyping up the wild cards. You've been hyping it up a little bit, Brazil. You've been hyping it up pretty hard.
Things get really interesting in wild card.
The wild is being put into wild card, right? Is that what's going on here?
Yes.
Yeah.
You could say that.
Okay, let's just go ahead and take a look. Let's see what we've got here. So what have we got here?
It's a pretty fair DPS Virtuoso build with Rabid.
So this is from Rekinetics again. And it is Rabid Virtuoso. I like the roleplay here. Rabid Virtuoso, doer of mechanics.
Yes.
What am I looking at here?
There's a commentary over this one too, where they explain how things go. I like the 4 signets. The 4 signets is huge.
That is big. But I mean, what is this?
On the video, it's nuances of how to do different mechanics, and just how to basically maximize your gameplay while doing high damage with low inputs.
Yeah,
it's good. It's exactly what the doctor ordered.
This actually is a super deceptive build because you might go, wait, Rabid gear? That doesn't sound right. Well, it's because of a very interesting way that Virtuoso was. I like the camera shake here is definitely making it better, but
yes.
The thing about this is that Virtuoso, you can cap on condition damage easily, right? You can just do like a crate rune, right? And all that kind of stuff and just get your bleed duration. And then you can just go for precision because you want crits. You actually want crit charts where a lot of your bleeds come from is critical strikes. And going in this direction means that you get ported on Veil Guardian, actually. But you don't die because you're in full Rabid. So it's like a 2k toughness tank build that also is nearly top DPS in this pug group and has basically just auto-attacking as the rotation and a few other key abilities in the rotation. This definitely is a wild card. Wait, he's doing pylons by doing like Mimic Blink on Kadim too. Holy shit. This really... You know, has science gone too far? Or maybe it hasn't gone far enough.
No, it hasn't gone anywhere yet.
Yeah.
This is crazy. They submitted the build at the very last possible second. And actually, if you just go to build description,
Okay, yeah.
And click that link there in the spread. They have a whole wiki page.
Wait, they made
details
a full guide?
Yes, it has. It's insanity.
Wow.
It's really good.
So let's see what this build actually is, because I think there is no video for this, I believe. There is a log, right? Wait, 0 APM build.
Yeah.
Okay, so the build is going to be a Virtuoso again. It's a condition damage Virtuoso with the Chaos trait line, with 5 signets. And let's take a look at this. The goal of this build shows by focusing on passive bonuses and synergy, we can create more than viable build that does decently well in the pug landscape at low APM. Tell me a little bit about this, Brazil.
Basically, I think this person has a PhD, and it's crazy that they go through all of the different things that the build can do. They walk everything out really well. They give good explanations, and it was a really surprising and cool last minute entry that we were all. I don't think any of us expected to get a fully written wiki article for a build. We were expecting some trolls and some stuff, and we got some trolls, believe me. But this was crazy. This is awesome, the amount of effort that they put into it. I don't know what it takes to make a page on the wiki, but this was the only one we got. It's really cool.
There's a lot of effort here, right? This is very, very high effort, that's for sure.
It was very high effort,
yeah. So I think
this has to at least be on par with the amount of effort that it takes to edit a video, like a really epic video.
I really like the highlights here as well, right? Like, check out these highlights. So it does 32k DPS with 24 actions per minute, 28k with 12 actions per minute, and just auto attacking is 19k, which is actually pretty fucking good, right? And you also get free stability just from the shatters. That's without even taking the stability mantra, right? Like mantra concentration. So you just get perma stab, right? Because you're spamming chaos. So it actually self-buffs itself pretty damn well. You can see all of the logs here on the wiki as well. So you can take a look at that if you want to. There's loads of free slots because, again, you have the Signet of Illusions, which is kind of like it's a free utility. You can use whatever you want here. You can have Mower, you can do Time Warp, you can have more damage on 1,000 cuts, you can cleanse Condis, you can remove boons, Illusionary Defense, which is, because you have loads of clone generation on this, or blade generation, right? So you have basically perma 25% less incoming damage with protection as well baked in, because you're going to be on a raid. You healing permanently because of the Virtuoso lifesteal trait from Condi damage. I feel like this build is actually pretty wild. You know?
Yeah.
Awesomeness with the Giga Brain build here. I wish we had a video for this, but yeah, not quite there. But certainly a fantastic guide here on the wiki, and I'll just link that instead in the video to take a look at that. Well, look, he's even got on. He hasn't written his appendix yet, but he's even working on an appendix. It really is a goddamn PhD. It's crazy.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to a Condi Mechanist build.
Kamina freaked out about this one because this is apparently the exact same everything that he does. And
okay.
He was very happy about it.
So it's the mech. We're on the golem here. And isn't this... Did we already see this, though?
It's big pump with big signets, but there was something
5
specifically
signets
about it. Yeah, he demanded we leave it.
But I mean...
There's a special place for him.
Isn't this just like the... Didn't we already see this? But didn't Mr. Mystic do this one? See, it feels like this is the same build. Except it's also pressing F1 and F3.
Oh yeah, and there's roleplay in the build link too. He has like an imager link that's got roleplay.
Okay, nice.
MS Paint graphics, spreadsheets. Yeah.
Oh, nice. we go. We actually have this build overview here. Wait, 18 Heart of the Carnos. That's required. I like that. Holy shit. It's actually got the theoretical DPS here. 43k Soulless Horror. 40k on Veil Guardian. That's quite a lot of damage, guys. Look, dude.
Math in a void.
Yeah, the orange highlighted ones are the big damage skills. Use them all the time. The blue is CC. Dude, this is great. Holy shit. Wait, what did... Wait, buy this gear if you don't have a sentence. So select the 8,000 gem option in the gem store and then go ahead and buy yourself full Viper kit. I like that. That's good. The full guide. Very important there. 100 euros. Get that cash swipe going there. Get the whaling going on there. All right, yeah. And like, it's Condi mech. It hits very fucking hard. It's actually going to, you know, get up to 40k DPS on some bosses. That's pretty good.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. In the last video, too.
Oh, the last video? Hang on. I'm clicking on it. Is this a Soulless Horror one? I bet it is. Wait, what is this? Oh, my God.
Put the sound
Oh
on.
my god, dude. This is a god meme. Holy shit, dude. I like how he's... Oh my god. Dude, old school YouTube, right? He's gonna type on Notepad and screen record a fucking window of the game with, like, Microsoft XP background. Oh, that's fantastic. I love to see that. That is very good. That is very, very nice, actually. I love to see that. What damage is... Is it going to get 40k DPS here? Can we see 40k? Oh, man. Takes you back to 2007, you know, lads?
Seriously, yeah. There's a fun little Easter egg. All of the images that he submitted for the build image album are open down in the tabs at the bottom of the desktop.
No, oh yeah, I see that, yeah. Mech, buy this. And he just brings them up. I like that. He's bringing them up there. Huge. Showing that there. Getting the writs. They're expensive, gooder, good. Right, I like that. This is good. With this headgear, with exotic gear. Weapons, mace, pistol. Rear of the Elementalist, Sigil of Bursting, Sigil of Earth. Let's see. If you don't have Ascended, do this. Buy this. And then we're going to see the gems, swipe, and then get your Viper gear. Very nice. Let's see what the actual damage ends up as. Oh, it's so close to 40k, actually. It's 38k. I love that he's top DPS with this. This is so fucking funny. Can you imagine all the other players, like, tryharding on Scourge and Harbinger? They're, like, mashing buttons, and like, the mech is just auto-attacking the boss to death. Oh, that is great. I love to see that. That is very, very good. Fantastic stuff. Okay, the mech is going crazy. Massive confusion. Okay, but on boss, okay, so damage on Golem is 26-28k, but on boss, you top DPS easy. Thanks for watching. Well, that certainly is a wild card right there. Ah. So, this build is 3 APM that we're about to look at.
Yeah.
3 APM.
This one's big too. The Twitch VOD. The Twitch VOD is...
Okay. Let's take a look. The Twitch VOD is here. AFK Herald. Yeah, he's back. Walden is back. With AFK Herald. Let's take a look. Let's... Whoa, 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 what is this actually? Hang on! Blue screen. But it was just role-playing. He was pretending. Wow, wait, what is this? Like, there's some kind of meme happening here. The meme is developing. There's Shia LaBeouf up there as well. There are memes happening. The production value on the stream is high. And we have this full Scholar Rune setup here. Wait, and he's actually AFK. Hands are off keyboard, actually. That is reportable, guys. That is actually unattended gameplay. Ban this sick filth now. Full AFK Herald. Of course, not. Yeah, I mean, this is not the newest build, right? Ever, but it certainly is worth talking about. Actually, like you can get a wildly high amount of damage by doing this. Like it is literally just auto attacking, and we're gonna crack 30k, I think, on this build actually, because of course, oh, actually maybe not, because you have like a counter execute on this build with like unsuspecting strikes, so it will now drop after 80%, but it will go back up again after 50%. So it's entirely possible this might get to 30k actually, I think, with just auto attacks and swapping legends. Let's see if it does. Okay, let's skip forward a little bit.
He actually does drink water in this video, so it's CMC approved. And he goes for crisps later on as well.
Yeah, I'm seeing a few crisps. I'm seeing a few, delicious crunchy potato snacks over there. I'm seeing numbers appear on the screen as well. Like there's a lot of special effects going on here, guys. Hydration themed build. Back to the dwarf. What is the final number going to be here? The final number is actually going to get to 27k DPS with just auto attacking, and a nearly 300k hit splat. And
he is completely out of his chair too.
Yeah, went for the cat there. Going to pet the cat. Well, so look, you can literally pet your cat while doing 27k DPS. Next up, we have a Condi Virtuoso build.
Yeah, this one, they submitted some like pretty solid build guides with voiceovers and editing and stuff. It wasn't the best quality editing, but like they put a lot of effort into it, and the build could have just been slightly a little bit better too. We were all kind of thinking, but it was a really solid submission. The Mesmer submissions that we had were just like really crazy. Overall, we had a lot of good info, a lot of good builds. We had the wiki page, and so those ones just beat this one out a little bit. But it's a really solid write-up or explanation, and the build is pretty cool.
It is indeed. It is indeed a pretty damn cool build. It's just the condition variant here, just blasting away with a lot of damage. It's doing around 25k DPS with an extremely low actions per minute here, actually, as well, I believe. It's just, well, it's basically just using like the F2 here and the F1 occasionally, right? And then just auto attacking away, essentially. So a lot of DPS at 1200 range as well. So pretty damn good. But yeah, Mesmer was probably like the most competitive one, right? I think there were a lot of tryhards going for that one, right? A lot of sweaty stuff going for Mesmer. So there you go. Congratulations there to Lily Aranel. You win. Good job. Let's see.
The next one too, Kirby as well. It was just the Mesmer videos were so out of control. They were so good. Mm-hmm. It's just a really solid build. Good examples, good gameplay.
So this is a support Mirage build, I believe.
Yeah.
What is the goal of this build, actually? It's supposed to... It gives alacrity, right? I think it's going to be an alacrity Mirage style
25 build. Might.
Yeah. Yeah, this is actually one of the builds that I definitely expected to crop up, actually, here as well. This is almost like the quintessential... the quintessential low-intensity build here for Mesmer, right? You're going to be delivering great group support with 25 might and alacrity uptime, as you can see here. And this player actually chose to, in fact, not even give themselves any boons, I believe, actually. They're simply, these boons are all actually just coming from the player themselves, actually, right? From the staff auto attacks and just the usage of the abilities. This is actually a self-buffed run. So this is actually very, very cool stuff. So we're actually getting 17k DPS right now, actually, but completely self-buffed. So bear in mind that with quickness and with stuff like banners and spirits, this would actually be higher, right? This would be more damage. So this is just very much full self-buffed, okay? Yeah, exactly. There's no, well, there is regen provided here. Actually, the regen has been applied to this build, so it does have regeneration, but it doesn't really have anything else external, right? So you can see actually how powerful Mirage is even on its own. And in a group scenario, this build would actually perform better and would certainly be over 20k DPS, very easily over 20k, I'd say. And again, just using a few of these key skills, using the staff auto attacks, right? Dodging to get the clones, making the clones use the Chaos Vortex, Chaos Storm, Chaos Armor, still packing great utility as well. Bringing that mower, you have a pretty free utility slot as well. You can pretty easily like fit in, say, a cleanse mantra, a stability mantra, feedback for reflects, all that kind of good stuff. So very versatile option and a very strong thing just all round in general. And I believe this is even using I think it's using Ritualist gear, I believe, actually. Looking at that, looking at the hit points, yeah, full Ritualist here. So very tanky as well, right? We're all the way up to Ritualist, so very, very durable. 30k hit points, actually, on this build. So you're a bit of a monster, and you're dealing great damage and great boon support. So that's a very solid build. I'm very glad that actually was able to make the cut. So good job, Kirby, because that is a fantastic setup there. Definitely a recommended build for a lot of gamers to go for, actually. Ooh.
The next one, Ebax, it's a Ventari Vindicator. It was really interesting to see that. And again, they had some really cool build guides and explanations for it.
Look,
they walk through all of their logic.
That.
It pumps big heal numbers too.
Yeah. So we're seeing this vast passive sustain, actually, a huge amount of passive sustain from using that Urn of St. Victor, just pulsing out all of that healing. Just constantly like that. That's enough to sustain these players into that AoE. It's actually using the barrier and healing dodge for massive support uptime. It is worth noting that a really strong option is to actually not run with that and go with the boon heal. So you can do might and protection on this build too, and also boon extension. And that is a really funny build because that means you can, if you go with that dodge roll, you can do alacrity, might, protection, boon extension, vigor, right, and regeneration too, which is very nice actually. But yeah, this is actually a super creative build actually as well. Because can you see what they've done here? They've actually used they've used Resilient Spirit, exactly as the chat as I pointed it out, right? Okay, to hold the urn forever without ever losing energy. Oh, that is actually very, very funny, actually. So you can just keep, this urn up for all eternity if you want to, right? Big value on that.
Oh, yeah, it is your submission. Oh, it is. Welcome. Yeah. Welcome to the stream.
So there you go, right? Infinite memes. Infinite Urn of St. Victor. But yeah, there you go. Pretty impressive stuff, actually, in that regard. So basically, what that's doing is that, because basically what happens is when you hold the urn, right? You continuously tick down, right? Like you take damage, right? But with the Urn of Saint, with this trait here, with the Resilient Spirit, you gain barrier for each boon that you have. In other words, it cancels the damage out on the urn, allowing you to hold the urn and just continuously blast out healing infinitely there as well. So there you go, right? And that, of course, is going with just a standard kind of boon output setup here with Harrier gear, I think. I'm pretty sure it's Harrier gear here. Actually, it's Zealot gear. I'm not even going with boon duration. But yeah, you could also run this with a boon setup with, say, with Vassals of the Empire, for example. And then give Alacrity as well, playing like a Staff build, right? Giving Vigor uptime, Regeneration uptime, and Might uptime too. So there's definitely a few different approaches you can play. But this is certainly like the biggest, like, pure all-out healing option, right? This is an all-out mega support build with massive barrier application, vast barrier, incredible output there on this build with the healing dodge there as well. Of course, the Legendary Alliance stance too. But yeah, very cool build actually, and support Vindicator in general, it's definitely a build that's getting there. In my opinion, needs a little bit more juice, but it's certainly nearly there, and you can really generate like a huge amount of passive stain. Look at that passive stain, right? You're healing for like 1.8k per tick with that, and of course you'll also have regeneration access and more healing as you want. I mean, that's got some absolutely insane numbers. Absolutely insane numbers. Wait, actually, do we have a Bone Skinner video of this build? Actually, let's see if we can actually see that.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find it. Which video is it? This video?
I think it's the third one.
Ah, yes, I found it. Here we go. So here we go. Let's take a look at the. I want to see. Do we have self stats? Oh, we do have self stats. Here we go. Right. Let's get into it. Let's see how many green numbers we get. This could get silly, to be honest. So right now, we're not showing barrier actually. That's a bit of a shame. But anyway, the damage is going to start ramping up pretty soon, and that is where this build can really start to come into its own. Let's see just how much this build actually pumps. So right now it's at a solid 3.7k health per second. The team is actually not taking that much damage just yet. Yeah, there aren't that many stacks from the Bone Skinner, but things are going to ramp up pretty soon. This will actually require a legend swap soon, I believe. We're starting to run out of juice. Just 7 energy left over here. 8-minute Bone Skinner. Look, these things things take time. Oh, yeah, just drops the urn and then just goes for a heal here. Yeah, it's getting up to 4.1k healing per second right now. Can see some healing skill usage here, I think. And then, of course, the urn has been just re-picked up, and it's actually sustaining the players very, very well. Of course, the dodge roll will still be used here as well when necessary. We're going to see a dodge roll coming through about now, probably, I think, to apply that barrier. It is struggling a little bit to sustain it. I mean, yeah, now we have to see some Ventari for that massive burst healing, and maybe a dodge roll there as well for that massive barrier output. It's, yeah, you know, 2k health a second on 5 people is definitely pretty solid, right? You've got something going on there. I think maybe applying some of that regeneration using some of the Luxon skills, or sorry, the Kurzik skills will be good here. And actually does end up getting CC'd. You've got to watch out for that conal attack there. But certainly it is working, right? It is functioning. It is doing its job. It is providing support. So we have 2 Necro builds now. Ah.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
Okay.
So, please allow me to do the honor.
Okay. The video is playing on the Reaper.
The Reaper, the first one?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the thumbnail is what you really want to look at on this. You've got to see the thumbnail. It's just the stonks guy with the graph.
I see it.
But Dragon is one of the higher ups in Goon Squad, so we're forced to give him a spot because they'll grief us into insanity if we don't. Just kidding, I'm also in Goon Squad. But this build, so just for context, these next 3 builds, Bacon and Kamina and I all got hit really hella hard with some real life stuff in the middle of like grading the contest, and it kind of slowed stuff down. These next 3 builds made us laugh our ass off, and they were so much fun to look at. They're absolute hell trash, but the submissions are really fun. I'm gonna read. Solo Signet Reaper build for open world, designed to go into Shroud and stay there. Pulls about 15 to 17k on a golem without external buffs, solos a few champs, e.g. guild missions, but not all of them, sustains long periods of Shroud thanks to Signet of Undeath, has 99% crit chance while in Shroud, and you always want to be in Shroud because that's where your damage is. Takes out groups fast and easy, has 2 health bars to stay alive, uses a cleansing sigil on axe swap, but has no stun break or Condi cleanse outside of the sigil. Heal shout over Signet because the heal Signet kept dealing passive damage to enemies while I was running away, which keeps me in combat, which stops me from mounting and leaving. That happened enough times to swap it out permanently. Locust Signet is an amazing heal in the middle of the group, but most importantly, it gives movement speed because Reaper is as slow as molasses. Flesh Golem Elite because the other options in that slot aren't great. And then it continues.
Wait, it's still going?
It's still going. I keep seeing people with bad builds, and I want them to have something that can get proper results. The final straw in Echovaled Wilds was when I saw a core Necromancer using a staff run up to an elite and try to fight it. I watched as they spent 30 seconds taking off just 10% of its health before I flew in on my Reaper and killed it in 10 seconds because it was just too painful to watch. I've been running this for several years now, but for some reason it's never picked up any traction, even with people in my guild who have disabilities. I'm hoping people will see this and go, wow, I could have been playing on easy mode the whole time before deleting their Elementalist. And he still goes. The first video, he's describing all of his video submissions. The first video is on the Golem. I made a thumbnail for it. Enjoy.
Yep.
Second video involves some button presses. Third video is from 2021.
Oh. What is the third video? Oh, here we go. We actually have a solo here, guys. This is huge. We have Eye of Zaitan, level 79 champion solo. And holy shit, it's getting deleted, actually. It's actually getting annihilated. Look at that damage output. SFD, Starfleet Dental. Big. But yeah, as we see the Eye, not able to contest the Reaper here very well whatsoever. Well, the Eye does land a big spike of damage there, but it's not going to be enough, as you can see here. Oh, it nearly dies. The Eye actually unleashing its wrath. Goes for the line of sight here. We'll be able to actually maybe break the Defiance there with, some Shroud skills coming through, and the Fear and the Chill should do it, but the Eye dies. And there it is. And actually, you know what I like about this? Very big bonus meme here, actually. Indirect DMs here with Mr. Hinky. The Scourge of Drakkar of Sneb. The Scourge of Sneb.
Yes.
What a build. Okay. We actually have another one. Wait, we have another Necromancer build here. Okay, from Catastrophe. Yes. What is this?
Yep,
is this
I'll read the description. This is a power Reaper Minions Master killer of all builds. Yep. And then for their slot for why did you enter the competition, they say the rewards, what else? And their example is a build video or a build template with all the stuff. Click on their evidence for their submission. The screenshot in the next one.
Okay, I've got it. So this is actually a full solo of legendary Bloodstone crazed Arctodus.
Level 22.
Level 22 with mass minions. And you know what they've gone? They went for an extra minion too. They have Rune of the Ogre to summon the Rock Dog for an additional minion.
Yes.
Wow. I like the level 22 solo. I like how they could have recorded this, but they just chose not to. Right.
Dragon's build is like, that's like peak shitpost. Like high energy, high effort shitpost. It was really good. This one is like the lowest possible effort, and it just fucking killed us. We all were on the ground. It was amazing.
Okay, I definitely want to read the description of this. This is the last build, guys. Last build incoming.
Do it.
And this one is crazy. So this is called Lawnmower Revenant build. And before we play this video, let me just go ahead and read this. Farming mobs from the labyrinth and similar events are always a bit stressful and too intense for me, while it should be relaxing. So I figured out a way to maximize loot while minimizing stress. By using Revenant's unique AoE upkeep skills and with few smart gear choices, it is possible to have cheap yet effective mob farmer. The main objective was to hit as many unique enemies as possible with the least number of key presses. Low budget, so just one daily completionist could fund it and still able to function against... What is this fucking build? What the actual fuck is this? I have to see what items he's got here. Right? Okay, so it's Jesus. Well, it is exotic mace main hand with Omnomberry bar food, exotic berserker trinkets with no upgrades in them, and then Rune of Vampirism, so you instantly get health back when you kill mobs, and then it's full Zerker, with Rune of Rage for quickness when hitting people, and Sigil of Fire and Perception for precision and more AoE damage. And just like spamming AoE damage with Corruption and Invocation.
Yeah, and then reason for entering. Why did you enter? I love theory crafting.
Yeah, I mean...
That's their answer.
Isn't this build... Does this build not do, like, 0 damage?
They talk through, like, they have voiceover and editing and all kinds of stuff in the video. Like, they talk about this. It's full roleplay. It is full roleplay.
So, the purpose of this build is to literally AFK and just let the pulsing AoEs tag everything.
Yes.
It's also core rev. What the fuck is this? Guild Wars 2 Lemonade. The original plan for the challenge...
You're not even listening to the voiceover.
If you have End of Dragons, you can go for Vindicator.
Oh,
this
nice.
Yeah, it was
crazy. This was
Sword, in theory, has the most hits.
Put us on the
Since
floor.
we can't use auto attack, there's a better weapon.
Wait, he doesn't use auto attacks.
No, he just runs around with AoEs. There's no auto attacking. Yeah.
The original plan for the challenge was to submit a creative Soul Beast team build, but real life and the fact that I don't have enough Ranger friends decided against that. Since I wanted to send at least something, I made this. The Soul Beast video is coming later, when I have found enough Soul Beasts. Jesus Christ. So he runs this build because you just literally have the elite skill or the Chalice hammers up permanently because you have the corruption trait that means you don't lose it, or like you get extra upkeep basically. So you can run around entirely AFK without pressing any buttons. It's a 0 APM build. And you just AoE tag everything, and he doesn't die because he has enough sustain from like all the battle scars, I guess, right? So he doesn't. The torment doesn't actually kill him. I mean, this is definitely a putrid build, but it is an amusing build, right? And that is something. Wow.
It's big.
I mean, this is a big build.
There's a special place in all of our hearts for shitpost builds and shitpost submissions.
Yeah.
And this one was just so well done. It was perfectly done.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.